If you are a data science student and you are confused which laptop to buy in 2026, I get it. You have probably watched a lot of videos and somehow you are even more confused. Because when I started looking into this myself, I realized that the biggest problem wasn't the lack of options, it was having too many. So I went through like dozens of laptops, benchmarks, actual workflows like real data science workloads, and somewhere in there I landed on a simple way to figure out which laptop actually fits your workflow. And I'm calling it a 3C method. I will get to that in a bit later. Because here's the thing, say data science to most of the people and the first thing that pops into their head is AI, machine learning, training some huge models. And yeah, that's the part of it. But data science, it's a lot bigger than just building the models. A big chunk of the actual work before you even get near a model is just actually understanding the data, cleaning it, poking it, figuring out what's actually even telling you. And that's the exploratory data analysis. You are pulling up graphs, hunting out weird outliers, checking how different values relate to each other, just building a picture of what's going on before you touch anything else. And then there's the statistics side, understanding trends, comparing results, making sense of numbers, and then obviously the Python. And this is the one everyone ends up living in. Jupyter Notebook, Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib for the analysis and actually making the graphs. Now here's the part that actually matters for this video. Most of that isn't heavy. A huge part of data science coursework runs perfectly on the Google Colab in the cloud, which means you don't need some crazy expensive machines on the day one. The laptop only really starts to matter once you are working with bigger dataset or heavier compute, or you actually want to run things locally instead of learning on the cloud. So that's why I split this video into 6 categories, starting around 50,000 all the way up to 1 lakh rupees. So depending upon where you actually are, not where you will be in next 2 years, you will know exactly which one makes sense for you. And hey, if there is a laptop or a category that you think should have been included in this video, comment down below in the comment section, because every student situation is different. Now if you are just starting your data science journey, this is probably where you should be looking. My budget pick is the ASUS Vivobook 15 and you can usually find it around 58,000 rupees. It comes with the AMD Ryzen 7 5825U processor, and as usual you will get 16GB of RAM and a 512GB SSD. And honestly, that's already a really solid combination at this price. Because if you think about what you will actually be doing during your first year, it's mostly Python programming, Jupyter Notebook, SQL, statistic, EDA, and building a small project. None of that really needs a dedicated GPU. So instead of forcefully increasing your budget to another 20 or 30,000, I would rather put that extra money into the cloud services. Now if your budget comfortably stretches another 10,000 rupees, this next category is where things start actually being interesting. And I would actually call this the sweet spot for data science students. My recommendation here is the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5, which costs around 68,000 rupees. Here you are getting a Ryzen 5 7535HS processor, 16GB of RAM, a 512GB of SSD, all packed into a lightweight 1.6 kg chassis. And what I like about this laptop is that everything just feels balanced. The processor is faster, the overall experience is smoother, and you get enough performance headroom that is still going to feel responsive even a few years from now. And certainly the best part about this laptop is the build quality. The only reason I think you should pick this laptop is that it offers a better build quality in comparison to the ASUS Vivobook that we discussed in the first category. Now maybe the raw performance isn't your biggest priority. Maybe you are constantly carrying your laptop between classes, libraries, cafes, internships, or traveling back home every weekend. In that case, I have a separate portability class. My pick here is the ASUS Vivobook S14. It will cost you roughly around 78,000 rupees, and for that, you are getting an AMD Ryzen AI 330 processor, 60GB of RAM, a 512GB of SSD, and a beautiful OLED display, all inside a laptop that just weighs 1.4 kilo. That's the biggest selling point here. It's light, the battery life is excellent, and it's still more than capable of handling coding, data analysis, presentation, and everything else you will be doing throughout college. Plus that OLED display makes color looks really great even in the dark situation. Now this is where the conversation starts changing a little. Up until now, we are mostly talking about the coursework. But maybe you are a kind of a student who wants to go beyond that. Maybe you want to experiment with machine learning, deep learning, or run smaller AI models locally. That's where having a dedicated GPU actually starts making sense. Now, my recommendation for that is the Acer Aspire 7. And despite packing an RTX 4050, it still comes in at just under 80,000 rupees. Along with that, you get an Intel Core 5 210H processor, 16GB of RAM, and a 512GB of SSD. Now, the interesting part isn't just the RTX blending, it's the CUDA support. That's what allows the frameworks like the PyTorch and TensorFlow to use the GPU, making local experimentation much faster. But here's the thing, the goal isn't to buy the biggest GPU you can afford. It's buying the enough GPU power for the work you will actually be doing. Now suppose you already know you are going to push your laptop much harder than any other student. Maybe you are working with larger dataset, training complex models, experimenting more frequently, or you simply want enough performance that you won't even think about upgrading for the next 4 or 5 years. For that, I would step up to HP Victus. It sits at around 97,000 rupees, and for that price, you are getting an AMD Ryzen 7 7445HS, 16GB of DDR5 RAM, and RTX 4050 with an 6GB of VRAM along with an upgradable memory. Now compared to the previous category, you are getting a noticeably stronger processor, a higher TGP RTX 4050, meaning better performance and better cooling compared to the Aspire 7. And it really starts to matter once your workloads become larger and more demanding. It's simply the laptop that I would recommend to someone who already knows that they are going to data science more seriously throughout the college. Now finally, we have the premium category. Now this one isn't really about getting the highest benchmark scores, it's about getting the complete package. If you are comfortable crossing the 1 lakh mark, my recommendation would be the ASUS Zenbook 14, which is priced at around 1.1 lakh rupees. It comes with an Intel Core Ultra 5 Series 2 processor, 16GB of RAM, a larger 1TB SSD, and a gorgeous 3K 120Hz OLED touchscreen, all inside a premium chassis that weighs just 1.28 kilos. It's a kind of laptop that doesn't just perform well for your coursework, it also makes the entire experience of using it much better. So if you're looking for one machine that can comfortably take you through entire data science journey while giving you that premium experience every time you open the lid, this would be my pick. Now do you remember the 3C method I talked at the starting of the video that can help you simplify your laptop buying decision? Now let's talk about them. The 3 C's are coursework, computing, and convenience. First one is coursework. Basically what a laptop is actually be doing day to day. Python, Jupyter, EDA, statistic, SQL. Second, computing. This is just how much performance you actually need, not how much it look impressive on the spec sheet, because most students don't need a dedicated GPU. And third one, convenience. And people forget about this one a lot. And honestly, a laptop isn't something you use once. It's something you're lugging around and opening every single day. So portability, build quality, battery life, how it feels in a bag for 6 hours. That stuff matters more than people give credit it for. Now the reason this framework works magically is simple. There isn't one perfect laptop for every data science student. The right laptop depends on how these three things, coursework, computing, and convenience, fits your need. And there's one important thing. Recently I found out that 97% of the people watching this video aren't subscribed. If this really helped you to make the clear call, subscribing is genuinely the best way to support the channel. Also, I have dropped the affiliate links to every laptop that I mentioned in this video down below in the description box. And if you want something more personal, help picking a laptop, mapping out your data science or AI ML or any other engineering path, or just want some clarity on which direction actually makes sense for you, there's a one-on-one consultation link down below. And oh, if you're curious about how top engineering college students actually think about buying a laptop, I've made a whole video on what IT students actually use. So if you want to watch that video, you can click right over here. Now that's it from me. Thanks for watching, stay awesome, and I will see you in the next one.